Hey, this is Saoirse coming to you from the Roman city of Wroxeter. Wroxeter. It's about 7 kilometers from Shrewsbury in Shropshire. We are standing in front of the reproduction of the Villa Romana, the Roman villa. It's actually a townhouse, and it's really nice to see it as a reconstruction because you don't usually see what the foundations look like, and so that's a fun thing to do. And in a minute, maybe we'll take you through there. Over here is the ancient city where they have the baths. So if you look right there, that's where they have the gymnasium, and they call it something at the basilica. And that's where they did exercises and worked up a really big sweat. And then they'd go into the Roman baths through the arches there, and they had the frigidarium and then the trepidarium and the whole bit there. And even down below there was a open air piscina. So that's a open air swimming pool, which really didn't work really well in Britannia. So then eventually it was a dump heap and they filled it up. So amazingly, that's all that you see here. It's really big. It's like the fourth largest Roman city, and it's like the Sassanach version of Pompeii. So it's really exciting. Now the whole area consists of 45 hectares. Yes, and Time Team only has 3 days to uh, do the archeology and find out where the geophys is for the new stuff. Yeah. So anyway, the exciting thing is, in September they're going to have volunteers come out here to do a redo of the geophys again this year with all the modern equipment, because all the geophys that was done before was done by a Frenchman with just a wooden box that he carried over the site to do it way back as a homemade deal back in the day. So it'll be good to get the new latest geophys on the area. So let's quickly go through the wheel here. Um, so this is the front door. We come into the vestibule here. Um, and then once you come through here, you gotta come to the courtyard, or we'd call that like the cloister in the modern ones. And then here is like your back view toward the mountains there. And then this is the dining hall. So if you want to have some food in the comida, so that's where that will be it. And then over here is the sleeping quarters. So it's nothing grand, usually just a cot that you put on the bed there, and such, a wee bed. What's really cool is at the museum in Shrewsbury, they have this concave mirror that was like 2,000 years ago, and it's really modern looking. Here's a picture right here, a little one of it, but it's about, it's probably about 8 inches or 10 inches in diameter, and it's a polished brass mirror, but it's cool, it's concave. There's another bedroom there, so it's really fun. So. Hi, this is Saoirse, and we're coming to you again from Wroxeter, the Roman city, Civitas Romani. I don't remember the name of it, but this is our friend Rob. He's with English Heritage, but he's just representing himself, answering questions here now. So officially, he's got the hat off. So there you go. Anyway, this is Rob, and take it away, Rob.
How do you do? Welcome to Civitas Viroconium, or Civitas Cornoviorum. Yeah, the city of the Cornovi. And what you're looking at is the fourth largest Roman city in Roman Britain. And the only one not lived in anymore for some reason. Bizarre. So
Aye.
you'll have heard of London,
Aye.
still lived in. You'll have heard of Colchester,
London,
still lived in. Yeah. St Albans,
Yes.
Viroconium. So St Albans is on Watling Street, by the way. All those cities are still lived in,
Aye.
except for this one. And this was the fourth largest in Roman Britain.
Wow.
And it's abandoned. The reason we're here
Aye.
is that country lane behind the fence there. That's Watling Street.
Okay.
That is the main supply route for Roman Britain. And it's the whole reason the city's here. And for a very long time, the Roman road came from Richborough in Kent, all the way through Kent, through London, all the way through the back of the Midlands, and stopped here. This is the terminus of Watling Street.
Aye.
So this would have been one of the last Roman places in this part of Britain. So, you know, they'd probably had a sign up saying, last wine for 100 miles, or the last bathhouse. Last
yeah.
bathhouse from here until the barbarians.
The big bathhouse here, yeah. So we came all the way from the two Faroes in Dover.
Right.
And now we're over here on this side, so can you believe it? So we kind of followed the road and didn't realise it.
Yeah. Well, think about it. Until the 60s, Britain was still using A roads, wasn't it? Until they built motorways, and that's a Roman road network. That's a Roman.
It's hard to believe, isn't it?
A2, A5, so
Yeah.
the modern Watling Street. But that is the genuine Roman road.
Okay.
Just there, and it's the high street of our city.
Right.
Now, this city was, like I said, it was huge. 47 Roman city blocks. There's only 2 uncovered on site at the moment.
Okay.
So on that side of Watling Street, we have got the Forum, or the Town Hall, important building, and on top of that we have got a recreated Roman villa. It's a wonderful bit of experimental archaeology. And they created it using Roman techniques, Roman methods, no machines, and there's a whole raft of stories about that getting finished in one summer, because the Romans never had the problems the poor builders did when they built that in one summer. They didn't have a stroppy TV producer, they didn't have a stroppy academic, they didn't have building regulations. That villa is unique in the fact that it's the only one I know of with a wheelchair ramp.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
You know,
I did notice that. When we
yeah.
were over there,
And we know it's a rich person who would have lived there as well, because it's got a private bathhouse. Somebody didn't want to bath with the hoi polloi here.
Oh, there you go.
So most Romans, they'd be in here every day, having a bath, getting clean, meeting their mates. It's all part of the culture. Get exercised, meet your friends, go through the bathhouse, go through getting oiled and anointed, and then it get all scraped off, and then going into the saunas. It was a real social event. And think about it, if you've just arrived from Italy, in the Shropshire winter, where are you going to be most of the day?
Aye.
In the warmest place in the
Exactly.
city. So this building is really important. But the whole city block is significant because it's built really, really, really Roman. You've got a basilica here,
This is the basilica.
bathhouse here. You'll notice we've got red gravel dotted around the sides.
Aye.
That's a covered walkway. So that looks just like the front of my villa here. That's a covered pavement.
Aye.
Yeah, and you've got a shot of that. But in this corner,
That's the ambularium.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Absolutely right.
Aye.
And then, so bathhouse here, an old swimming pool. They didn't use that for long. But in facing the high street, you've got all the important stuff again. You've got a McKellum, which is basically a shopping mall.
Aye.
Anything imported is come up Watling Street and is getting sold there in the McKellum.
Well, they just climbed over the counter to get in. Is that how they did it?
Well, I think they're a bit more secure. I mean, have you seen the shop fronts?
Aye.
I mean, they're built to hold really, really big doors and oak frames and stuff like that. So I think it was quite secure. But remember, that McKellum would have had 2 stories. So you'd have had a shop underneath,
Aye.
doing all their trade. The businesses underneath, and the family living above it in the space, in the storeroom above the shop, basically. And you would have had anything. You'd have had people selling wine, for example, fish sauce, most important to Romans, because every meal had fish sauce in it. Olive oil, crockery. The crockery we've got in the museum, that would have been sold in that McKellum. But better still, right next to it is, well, it's marked on maps as shops. I'm going to tell you, with no evidence whatsoever, one's a pub, one's a takeaway. Or one's a bakery and one's a taverna. You know what I mean? And they're right next to the public latrines.
Yeah.
So we've got public bathhouse, public latrines. They knew how to build a city, didn't they? They really did. So this is like the important city block, because what more do you need?
Yeah.
Pub, takeaway, bathhouse, somewhere to go to the toilet. So yeah, most important city block. Second most is a forum, which was on that side, and we found some amazing stuff that's been excavated here, over the years.
So it's worth it to come out here. And by the way, there's 45 hectares here, and they're going to do a survey, a geophys survey this autumn, and they're looking for volunteers. So this is 2022 in Lunasa 2022, which is August. So he's going to do it in Manfower in September. So that'll be good. If you're in the area, you could come and join him. And, Time Team's not going to be here, so they'll have more than 3 days to do it. So
Yeah.
that'll be grand. So
Yeah.
anyway, thanks, Rob.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming in. I'm
Aye.
really glad you've enjoyed the visit. You've asked some great questions.
Aye, grand. Well, Sinead Falls, Slán on this.